Hello and welcome to One Cool Thing, PC Mag's daily show where we show you one cool thing which we are testing out here in the PC Mag Labs. I am Sasha Siegin, this is Will Greenwald. If you are watching us live on Facebook, then please ask us questions, make comments. Social Pete here will read out your questions and comments, and we will have a discussion about our rather fabulous cool thing today. If you are watching us later on YouTube, please like and subscribe. We have a new One Cool Thing every weekday on our YouTube channel. Now today's One Cool Thing is very, very cool. It is very neat. It is going to play piano for us right now. How do I stop it? How do I stop it? It is the Nintendo Labo, which is a cardboard gaming system, right?
Sort of. It's a game construction set. It's hard to describe Labo as just a term. This is for the Nintendo Switch, and it's basically a big arts and crafts set. You build a bunch of different toys or Toy-Cons with cardboard, and then you play with them. So I built this piano, which is plugged into my Switch here, and on the back is one of the Joy-Cons with an infrared sensor, which we'll show in a second. And it's a piano with a bunch of different features. So like I can...
You can change the sound.
Yep.
Whoa. You've got levers that can change that can change the audio. Now you can
There's a lot of stuff.
Record and play back things.
Yep, there are a bunch of different kind of interesting features here.
Always good to be cats.
This particular Labo is this Toy-Con is one of 5 or 6 that you can build in the Variety Kit, which is one of the 2 that Nintendo's released. This took me about 2 or 3 hours to build. This was the Robot Kit, which is the other Labo package, which takes apparently 6 hours to build. And it's a backpack, and it like lets you stomp around like a robot.
So it turns you into a robot. You're not building a robot.
Yeah.
You are the robot.
Yeah. But with the Variety Kit, you can build a piano, you can build like a little house, sort of a smart diorama that you can put toys in. You can build like a pair of motorcycle handlebars to do some like Mario Kart racing. You can build a fishing rod. There's a bunch of cool stuff you can do with these.
And how much do these kits cost?
This is, I believe, $70, and the Robot Kit is $80.
Okay.
So it's a bit more than the usual $60 price for a new title for a main console system, but considering how much stuff you get with it, that's not too bad.
Now, can you only build and only use the projects that came with your kit, or how creative can you get?
You can get very creative. For the the general Toy-Con stuff, like the piano, you need to kind of follow the instructions, and it'll show you how to do it. But besides like the piano, you can unlock the studio, which is an even more complicated sort of... well, this is loading. Like, you build the Toy-Con, and you play with the Toy-Con with sort of a simple interface. Then it gives you more stuff to do. So this is the studio mode, which is a bunch of smarter, like, you can go through 5 different octaves, you can record, you can do pitch shifting, and like you can actually use a punch card to set your own drum line. There's a lot of like weird stuff you can do.
So you would like make and cut out your own punch card?
Yeah.
To create, and it's a physical punch card that you would feed
slide
into
it into
here.
the slot on top. And you can also put in like sort of a waveform card which changes what it does. And the way this all works is the Joy-Con on the back has a infrared camera. And if I carefully take this out, if we can get a camera here.
We'll have to face it up into the camera, I think.
This uses, let me just close this. It uses the infrared camera on the Joy-Con to basically detect these infrared reflective bits of tape. So it's sort of getting a picture of the dark, inside of the piano, but as you push each thing down, it like flashes the tape where it expects it to be and triggers, sound.
And if you look at these little plugs that go into slots on the Labo, they also have the infrared tape on them in various patterns. And so it's detecting, I guess, the sizes and patterns of the tape to determine what's being used.
It is incredibly clever, but there's other stuff you can do with it too. We've built a couple other Toy-Cons, but this is sort of the main one that I've done currently. But once you get through all this, go to the Discover mode. The Toy-Con Garage is where you basically can learn how to program this stuff. And it's where you can get really creative with doing a lot of different things. So let me just connect these wirelessly.
And now while you set that up, I want to bring some of this stuff over from here because this shows what the Toy-Con cardboard looks like in its kind of embryonic form. And now this is the fishing rod game, right?
If you show the back of it, it actually shows, it's cut out pretty precisely and sort of like worth the extra 10 to 20 bucks because there's a lot of cardboard with these. And the precise cuts and folds and perforations make building this a lot easier than if you're just building it with boxes.
So you could build it yourself using old IKEA boxes if you were if you had a very, very precise mind.
Yeah, Nintendo also offers stencils so you can build backups, and I believe at about $1 a sheet, they'll also sell replacements for these if you want to build more Toy-Cons.
Okay, okay.
But this is the Toy-Con Garage, which means there are a bunch of different things you can do. There's a very simple tile-based programming interface, so I touch here, it lights up a part of the screen, or I touch here, it does a piano sound. Or if I want to change something else, have another input of...
And so you can connect those responses to various activities based on the infrared tape?
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't done a whole lot of it, but let's make another touch button and then make a vibration button for the left Toy-Con. And no, not that. Here we go. Then we just drag these together.
So when you're looking at the kits, whoa, hello. So you have to buy one of the kits to start off with. But once you buy the kit, you're not limited to those projects. If you're into coding, if you're into building, you can go even beyond that.
Pretty much. The robot kit is different. It's like its own separate, bigger, sort of more specific project. The variety kit is you have a lot of different things like this. And they're like two separate sort of, this is what Labo is, and maybe they'll do other Labo kits in the future. I think it would be, there are a lot of cool concepts you can build based on these ideas. We'll be seeing a lot of just, people will be trying new stuff with it. And I think kids will become very clever and get a lot of cool ideas. Did a button pop out of this?
I don't know. There's a lot of stuff around here. Let's take a question.
What kind of Labo kit would you want to see in the future?
The robot one is kind of fun, but I would love to see like a two-player Labo of like swinging cardboard swords, like sort of like dumb fighting, or maybe just some kind of life-size cardboard box for tower defense thing. Or there are a lot of cool ideas that you could come up with. I just haven't come up with a lot myself.
Is there a Labo dollhouse?
Yes, actually. There's the house that you can build, which this sort of gives, you put it in the house, the console, it shows you the screen, and you stick this in the chimney for the camera, and you put like different things, like you put a knob in and it makes like a faucet appear on the wall, and it just sort of becomes like a Tamagotchi type, like smart home.
Or actually like Toka. It's like a Toka Boca game.
Sure.
Yeah, that's I know you don't have kids, so you're not a big Toka Boca person, but they are anyone who has kids knows that brand. Any more questions out there?
So would you say that most of the enjoyment you got out of it was from building it, or when you had the software after you have everything constructed?
Honestly, it's both. Like building the piano is sort of this weirdly quite long and satisfying process, but then you build it and you have this thing that lets you actually play music, and you can do a lot of things to just sort of enhance it. And there are a bunch of different Toy-Cons you can make and modes you can try. And there's a lot of potential in here. We don't have a full review up yet. I'm currently working on it because, again, this is a time-intensive project. But so far, it is really impressive, and it just shows like a lot of clever thought put into this whole concept of the engineering of the cardboard and using the infrared camera, which I honestly thought this was just like a proximity sensor. No, it is actually a camera. So which is how it can like basically take a picture and detect when there are different like eye reflective dots in parts of the screen, which is how it is so smart, how it actually does what it does.
And even if you're looking at this, purely from a gaming, how many hours to build perspective, in the variety kit, there's already at least 15 hours of building projects.
Building alone.
Yeah, and that doesn't even speak to the time you spend playing with those projects, and then the time you spend then being able to create new projects of your own.
And it even encourages you to, customize your Toy-Cons. You can paint them, put stencils, like modify them, and the instructions, which are in the game itself, are also really useful. They go step by step. You can fast forward through them. You can actually move the camera around to see how you need to fold things, work at your own pace. It is really intuitive.
Any more questions out there?
Can you recap the pricing, and also is all of this available now?
This came out on the 20th, so both this and the Robot Kit are available now. The Variety Kit is $70, and I believe the Robot Kit is $80.
And the Variety Kit has 5 projects, right?
5 or 6, depending on how you
okay.
count them, because there are a couple like little extra, like here's how you start with Labo, and just sort of walks you through some very basic things before going into these big multi-step, multi-hour projects.
Right, and so that includes the piano, that includes this fishing game, which isn't put together over here. That
a house, includes handlebars for like a motorcycle game. It includes sort of these RC car racers that use the vibrating Joy-Cons. There are modes.
Okay. Okay, great. So this is the Nintendo Labo, and it is a big thing. It is a highly innovative thing. It is a super cool thing, and that is why we do not have a fully rated review yet, because we need to play with it more.
Yep.
So we're going to play with it some more. We're going to make all the projects. We're going to play with the projects. We're going to code the things that need to be coded, and we will have a full review up on PCMag.com soon. But for now, things are looking good for the Nintendo Labo. Thank you all for watching. This has been One Cool Thing with PCMag.com. If you are watching on Facebook, we will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern with another cool thing. If you are watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Check back on PCMag's page anytime. Every weekday, we will have another cool thing for you.